All righty. Hello. This is Michelle Harrison, physical therapist with Rocky Mountain MS Center, recording another Zoom class for you to use in the archives that we have of Zoom classes that we've done over the past 3 years now. Kind of starting in COVID times and kind of has moved forward. Now the format for our class, if you haven't attended before, is we do some Qigong, Tai Chi, mindfulness work to help with stress management. And then we do strength, cardio, and stretching. Activities that are seated. If you choose to stand, you are welcome to do that. But I just want you to be safe. And if you need assistance to perform stretches or things, I hope that you have people around you that can help with that. I will try to make it so that everybody can participate maximally. And give as many modifications as I can so that everybody can do their best workout, and also make this time a workout for you and to meet your needs. So welcome. We had started, it was called a general Qi circulation routine. Since this is the second of filming that we've done this week, actually, for the archives. And I thought I would continue in that general vein. This is to this routine. I'm looking it up here. Is good if you are feeling tense or tight or depleted. It's a gentle exercise. It's meant to help kind of invigorate Qi in the body and help that Qi circulate throughout your body so you feel more vibrant and able to, handle all the tasks in your day. So where we left off is with the tiger emerging exercise, if you remember. So that is a yang exercise to help build that kind of that fiery yang energy. And we want to build both yang and yin energy. And so we're going to do an activity after tiger emerging called prayer wheel. And that one is a yin exercise. So kind of trying to get that balance. So I thought we would start with tiger emerging to get the yang circulation going, and then follow up with a yin activity, prayer wheel. So tiger emerging, you're standing kind of in that ready position, right? You've got your body aligned, 4 points of your feet on the floor, knees over your feet, and hips over your knees if you're standing. If you're seated, you have another set of stability points, trying to find center there, and having each vertebra just being lightly stacked all the way up through the top of the head. We know with good posture and alignment, relax the arms, that we also get better Qi circulation throughout the body. Tiger emerging is a movement where we take our hands, we scoop the energy up from the earth, bring it hands across in the chest, and push out. So breath in, drawing that energy up from the ground to the feet, up through the body, pushing the energy out and away. So we're making this kind of breath in, breath out. A little forceful, right? Breath in, breath out. Breath in and out. One more. Building, cultivating that yang energy. Good. Coming back to the ready position for a moment. Our next movement is called prayer wheel. So we're going to turn sideways. 1 foot forward, 1 back. Our hands are facing each other. Okay. We're going to take it's a breath out as we move our hands towards our face. Breath in as we move the hands away. So breath out. Breath in, shifting forward. Can you see we're drawing a wheel in front of us? Breathing in vibrant energy, breathing out, being able to condense that into the body. If we're standing, it would look like this. So we would be taking a breath in, breath out, breath in, and out, in, out. Do you feel a little pressure between the hands? The center of the palm feels warm, hopefully. And this is great for stimulating yin energy. So that yang energy that we created with emerging tiger, we're trying to help circulate that through the body. Coming back to the middle. And then we're going to do the other side. So turn the other way. Now, if you can't turn sideways, you could always step forward with 1 foot and back with the other, staying facing forward, right? And you can do the motion here, right? Shifting back, shifting forward, right? Breath in, breath out. This is great to cultivate qi circulation in the longest meridians of the body. That would be like the bladder, urinary bladder, and the gallbladder. It also stimulates lung 7 point, which helps to balance yin energy. So again, feeling the warmth and the pressure in the palms, trying to draw in and circulate that yang energy from tiger emerging with this prayer wheel movement. And so we're trying to get that qi to circulate throughout the body, wherever it needs to go. Feeling warmth, energy, and qi flowing in the center of your palms. Last one. Coming back to that ready position, looking at alignment again, seeing how our body feels different, maybe warmer, fuller now. That is qi flowing in your body. And then we're going to work on cloud walking. Excuse me, that is a move that we have done before. Haven't done it for a little while. So you're imagining that you're walking on a cloud, right? You're in a cloud. And so the cloud's very, vaporous and light. And so we want to lift one leg and the opposite hand We want to lift them up and down. Up and down. And you're doing it very gently because you don't want to poke the cloud. I like to think of almost like a little string lifting the leg. It takes that little bit of effort, right? Same thing with the hand, kind of lifting the leg up and down. Lifting, good for balance, right? So if we're standing, certainly balancing, setting it down gently and slowly, balancing, setting it down. Kind of tying the arm and the leg together. They talked about staying upright. Holding your head up, not looking down. We may add this into our standing portion later. I think that might be a good idea. But they talk about doing this, they do it for a while. Standing tall and upright. They say practice your Qigong, your Tai Chi proudly. Proudly in the activity, not in the ego, right? But that nice upright posture. But this is great for balance, right? Because you're having to shift your weight, lift with control, lower with control. Do one more side, each side, one more time. They talked about how you get, as you practice that and you do it a little longer, you may get a little tired, so it gets a little more challenging, right? As you repeat that activity, because they do it for a length of time. I think that's where we'll leave off in the general Qi circulation segment. And then we're going to start our exterior workout, right? I feel like the Qigong and Tai Chi activities, though, really do help us warm up for activity. So we're already a little warmed up. So what I would like to start with is, let's do a jump rope, right? So we're going to act like we're on a jump rope. And as we get that rope under our feet, we have to lift our legs up. And again, as with any activity, you can do arms, legs, or you can do both. Now, if you find it's too hard to lift up both legs, you can lift up one and then the other. You can go at your own pace. If I'm going too slow, you can go faster. If I'm going too fast, you can go slower. You could do just arms. Imagining you're digging that rope down into the floor, maybe. If you can't get your feet up, you could go up on one toe, up on the other toe, on both toes, right? If you can't get your feet quite up off the floor. And I'm sitting up away from the chair back. That way I have to lean back just a little bit and engage my abs when I do this movement. Feels good to move, actually. This morning, it's morning when I'm doing this. And if you're wondering where I am, for somebody who might not know, I am at the Athmar Rec Center in their multi-purpose room, because I'll be doing a hydro class later. So I come here to do usual Friday Zoom class to be ready to unload the cart and get ready for hydro after. We do doubles, 1, 2. 1, 2. And when you do this, you don't want to arch, right? You want to pull your ribs down towards your pelvis. 1, 2. 1, 2. A fancy jump rope move. 1, 2. 1, 2. You could go up on both toes, right? Dig deep with the arms. All right, 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Looking good. All right, now we're gonna still jump rope. This time though, let's do kind of a jump forward and a jump back. Forward, doing some of those fancy moves you remember when you were a kid. How many people were jump ropers? How many people were pro jump ropers? Remember to breathe. Take rest breaks as you need to. Drink plenty of fluids to stay hydrated. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So now we're going to do a leg out to the side and we're going to push to the opposite side. Push to the opposites. You ready? One side, other side, stretch out. And I'm using some light weights in my hands. You can use weights if you want. If it just feels like the weight of your arm is enough, you can, just do that. That's good. We do a lot of repetitions. So if your arms get tired with the weights, you can always set the weights down. And again, you could do arms, right? Arms. You could do just legs, or you could do both, arm and leg. If you're having trouble getting your leg out to the side, use a paper plate or dry clean bag so you can slide your leg out maybe. Remember to breathe. Now, let's punch across. Punch across here. And again, arms, legs, or both, your choice. Pick your pace. Set your own rest breaks in, put rest breaks in as needed, excuse me, because I always want to help you figure out the best pacing for activity, right? Let's do 5 more. Go at your own pace. 4 more. 3 more. 2. And 1. All right. Shall we do some jacks? Out, together, jump underneath, right? Kind of tuck underneath. So jack out, lift under. If you can't get your legs up, you can always go down and grab under. Whoop. And again, if you sit up away from the chair back, as you lift your legs, we're having to engage the core, the abs. So think about bringing the ribs down toward the pelvis, right? Shall we do 5 more? 4 more? 3 more? 2 more? And 1. All right, now we're going to do some boxing, okay? So we're going to do some punching. And when we do our punch, let's try and do opposite leg with the hand. Now, we're going to march a little. And I'm turning sideways just so you can see my legs better. You don't have to turn sideways, right? We're going to do what we call a hook. So you're going to bring your hand around like you're going to punch somebody on the side, right? Punch somebody on the side. Hook around. Boom. Boom. And again, if the weights are too much, you know, put them down. Just practice without, right? Think about trying to add that kind of boom, hitting something on the side. Like if I was going to hit that pole behind me to one side, other side, one side, other side. And you could do just arms, right? Because remember, when you're punching, to get really good power in your arms, you use your trunk, right? So we're using some of those ab muscles. That's where a lot of the force, the power comes from. If you just use your arm, you're not going to have nearly as much power. Now, let's do an uppercut. So it's like you're going to hit somebody right underneath a big old belly, right? Boom, boom. Good way to get out some frustration, maybe, right? In a healthy manner, because we're exercising. And again, you don't have to march, you could just work on arms. Engaging that core. And if you think of hitting something, boom, do you feel the difference in kind of how your muscles activate there? Using those arms. How are we doing? Feel your breath changing? That means your heart rate's coming up. Getting in that cardio, right? Getting in the cardio range. Would like for you to feel like you're working at a light to moderate pace. Sometimes when people get more to somewhat heavy to heavy, that's when they get more fatigued. So again, when I work with people, I do try and work on using an RPE scale, rate of perceived exertion scale, to help with pacing. All right, now we're gonna do a boxer shuffle. You know how they do this in the ring, kind of when they're boxing, right? And we've got a speed bag, our imaginary speed bag. And that speed bag, we have a magic, you know, how they go, and the little bag bounces back and forth, the little speedball. But our bag's a magical speed bag. So it moves down and up and down to the left, to the right. And again, you could do one leg, both legs, just arms, one arm at a time. Our speed bag is kind of crazy though. It's going to go all the way up and around. Up. And again, with weights, without, and around. Are you breathing? We don't want to hold our breath. Now change direction. What? It's going to go in the other circle. Your speed bag can move wherever you want it to. Whew, do you feel that? I'm going to take a sip of water. All right. We're going to do some straight leg kind of kicks or knee kicks here. And we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades while we do this. Thinking about pinching those shoulder blades, kicking those feet out. push. Good. Now, let's work on some abs now. So I want you to scoot forward in your chair. If just sitting up away from the chair back is enough work, you can do some arm movements with us as you do this, just to challenge your core. Say, sitting up, you could do some lifting, punching, things that make you hold that middle so you don't fall back when you're moving. But we're going to scoot forward on the chair, and we're going to do some diagonals here. Okay, so you're going to have your hands here on your chest, genie arms, or up, either way that you want. And what we're going to try and do is try and go back to the corner. And then we're going to go back to the other corner. So you're imagining you have a box around you, and you go to one corner of the box, other corner of the box. One corner and the other corner. If that's real easy, you could lift a leg. Go back to one side, other side, or go up on that toe. Your arms get tired of being up, bring them down. Okay, now we're going to do just a basic curl right now. So again, arm positions. This is going to be your hardest, kind of middle, a little easier, right? And what we're going to do, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. I'm going to have you curl back and come up all the way to your knees. Curl back. So you don't want to be arching your back as you go back, okay? You want to be dropping your ribs down to your pelvis, using those abs to lower yourself onto the chair back. Come forward. So I like to take a breath in and breathe out. Breath in and out. Let's do 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And 1. Taking a break here for a second. Okay. And then again, scooting forward on the chair. Let's bring your hands out in front. You're going to lean back halfway till you feel like your tummy's holding. And we're going to rotate to one side and the other side. And again, you can use weights, no weights. You've leaned back far enough in your chair that if you didn't have your abs engaged, you would like flip backwards. Right? You'd kind of fall back on the chair. Three, two, and one. Okay, we're gonna stand now. And grab your chair, walker, counter, table, dresser, whatever you need, okay? For safety, seated people, I'd like for you to do a kick. If you're staying seated, kick, squeeze the buns and lift, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. If you can't kick your legs out, you can push down with the legs, with the thighs and with the buns into the floor and hold for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, standing people. As you remember, we did the cloud walking earlier. So that movement when we're standing is opposite hand, opposite leg up and down. Now we could just practice on one side at a time, right? If you needed to hold on, say, right? You could work on that. For safety, if you need to hold on with one hand. Other side. You could change sides. You know, you could practice just trying, you know, forward here to lift one hand and the other, right? If you need to hold on in between or just put a finger down, you could. But trying to do that slowly and carefully, lifting and lowering slowly. That's where we get the balance and the coordination, right? That's where we get that balance and coordination. Can you feel how that challenges your balance? And the longer you practice, of course, your legs get a little more tired. It gets a little more challenging. Now, I'm going to move this here. So, and let's work on, we're going to do a circle with our leg. Okay, circle out and around. At any time, if your legs get tired of standing, you can always sit. Switch legs. Seated people. If you wanted to practice that rocket launch, you could. Up, back down. Up. Like you're gonna stand up and you change, stand up, nah, I'm gonna sit. That kind of movement, which we know is very challenging. And again, make sure you've worked both sides here. Holding on, not holding on, using just a finger. If you notice, I'm not tipping way over. I'm trying to move on to that stance leg and then stabilize there. So I can reach out and around. Out and around. Let's practice one or two-legged squats for a moment. So we're gonna hold one leg up. So it's like this. You're gonna go down, come up, one leg or both. It's challenging. One more. Switch legs or continue with two legs if you just don't feel safe, right? You don't feel very safe with one leg only, or you don't have a spot. We'll do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Now, guess what? It's time to stretch. So grab your footstool, trash can, box. We're going to start with our figure 4 stretch. Cross one leg over, sit up tall, lean forward. So you feel a stretch in the side of the thigh and in the hip. And then we'll draw a circle with the ankle. I like to do it with my hand because I feel like I get a little more movement that way. If you have a brace on, you may have to wait and do that movement, that circle, kind of that limbering of the ankle, when you get your brace off. People that have braces could most likely do some of the upward movement, but not the down, right, or side to side. Braces tend to stabilize the ankle, right? So we don't get that much, all that circular motion when we have a brace. Let's do the other leg. And if this feels more like it torques your knee, sitting up tall, trying to lean forward till you feel a pull in the thigh, not like you're twisting your knee. And again, ankle circles if possible. I say get the Rice Krispies out of the ankles, right? Lots of little joints in your ankle. All right. And you're sitting up tall and leaning forward to get that stretch on the side, right? All right, now let's put one leg out in front. Heel is down, toe is pointing up. I'm gonna go, your leg will be straight in front of you. I'm going sideways so you can see a little better what I'm doing here. Knee is flat. We're gonna sit up tall. We're gonna hinge forward at the hip till you feel a pull from the buns down to the knee, right? In the back of the leg. If you're having trouble hinging forward, I managed to put my belt over here. Hold on. There's the belt that you should have. One. And I do like belts better than TheraBand because TheraBand, it's okay, but it gives, right? So a belt is more kind of like a solid surface. And you're gonna sit up tall, you're gonna lean forward till you feel a pull if you need it. in the back of the leg if you're having trouble initiating that forward lean. Let's put the belt around the ball of the foot and pull back. Don't push into the belt. Now you should feel more on the lower leg and in the calf. And the belt can help so the foot and the leg don't roll in or out, right? You can kind of position better. And then lean forward till you feel pull all the way down the back side of the leg. Good. Okay, let's switch sides. Other foot up. Now, if you don't have a footstool, trash can, or box, you can always put the foot here. You just need to scoot forward on the chair a little bit and probably lean a little more forward to get that stretch, right? Toes pointing up, knee is flat, or hinging forward at the hip till you feel a stretch in the back of the leg. The belt can be used to initiate that stretch, that forward bend, or to increase stretch. If you want just a little bit more, see how I'm using the belt to get just a little more forward bend. And the thing is trying to sit up tall, hinging at the hip, so that you don't feel it so much in the low back and the bun. Not that maybe you don't need to stretch that, but what we're trying to target with this stretch is the hamstring. Belt around the ball of the foot, please. You're going to pull back. So your toe comes towards your knee. Any of these stretches you feel like, gosh, I really could use another one of those, please do that after class. Interspersing stretching out through your day may help your body function better. Now use the belt not only to pull back on the toe, but to lean forward. We'll put the footstool, trash can, or box to the side, belt down. We're going to do a side bend now. Using this a chair or footstool or coffee table just for balance if you feel like you need it when you're leaning over. Otherwise, you can reach to the floor. You should feel stretched down the arm, through the armpit, down the side of the ribs. Now let's take both hands and put them behind your back. Try and lift those hands off your back and stretch out that chest. All right. Let's do a twist. So you're going to reach to one thigh, the back of the chair, turn and look over your shoulder. The taller you sit, the more you can rotate. To the other side, reach to the other thigh, the other side of the chair. Let's lace your fingers, push those palms away. Stretching out in between those shoulder blades. An area where we store a lot of tension, often. Hands over your head. Pushing to the ceiling. If this is hard to do sitting up, you can always try and do these lying down in bed without a pillow, right? So gravity will assist. Hands behind your head, elbows back. Relax your arms, drop one ear to one shoulder. If you drop your left ear to your left shoulder, or this would be your right ear to your right shoulder for you guys, right hand on top of your head, just the weight of your hand to help stretch. And the other side. We're going to do a big half circle like you're drawing a necklace on your chest, from one shoulder down across your chest to the other shoulder. And if you get that zingy Lermitz feel, you know, in your spine by doing that, you can modify, maybe make a smaller circle, right? Do it a little slower. Now, final move for today. And I want to thank you for all your time and attention today. You're going to pull your head back, that listening head posture, as if you're pulling your head or your chin off of a shelf, pulling your head back over your body, flattening out that neck, bringing your hands out, reaching around, giving yourselves a hug for a job very well done. Keeping that head posture back. This is something you can practice pulling your head back. Like when you're at a stoplight, can you get your head back? Try and aim for that headrest, right? It helps with posture. Bring your hands out, reach around, give yourself a hug, keeping that head back in that listening head posture. And you are finished for now with this Zoom exercise class. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I hope this was helpful. If you need, you can always call me with questions or concerns. Thank you for your time and attention.